Okay, friends, buying a home, it can be stressful and very expensive. But a new survey reveals home buyers in Missouri and Illinois are saving about 10 grand off the list price. That is huge. So here are the actual numbers from Agent Advice. Home buyers in Missouri were able to negotiate $9,700 off the sale price. And in the land of Lincoln, it was even more, with over $10,000 saved. And that is so far off from what we just saw a few years ago when offers were coming in thousands and thousands of dollars over asking price. So we decided to have real estate agent Zoe Taylor come in and kind of explain. Zoe, are these numbers clickbait, or is this really happening?
Yeah, I'm going to call clickbait on this. And I don't want to say that the results that they got were not true, but they polled 3,000 people across the country, so that's 60 people per state. Do I think that that was a large enough number to actually get accurate information? No, but don't worry, I came prepared with actual data.
Okay, good. And that's exactly why we invited her. So right now, what are houses selling for in and around the St. Louis area?
So that poll was from the month of September. I looked at St. Louis County for the month of September, and they were selling for 101.1% of the list price.
Okay, so spot on.
Spot on.
Okay.
So there's probably some coming in under, but obviously some coming in over.
Right. So how does a homeowner know if they should offer above or below asking price?
I mean, this is where you need to be either in the market very heavily, looking at all the homes that are being sold, and then also just working with a really experienced, educated realtor that knows that area. A list price is very subjective. It's whatever a seller and listing agent determines that they want to market the home as. So what a home's value is compared to other homes that have sold, you need to have someone analyzing the data so that they can give you that information.
What about negotiating, though? I'm sure you get a lot of potential buyers who want to come in way below the price that's listed. Is it your initial offer that you do that negotiation, or is it later?
I would always say the initial offer, if it's an opportunity that you can. Some houses are obviously multiple offers, and coming in under is just like not an option if you actually want to get the home. So strategizing each home individually, but if you are looking at offering under on a home that's maybe been on the market a little bit, the condition is off, the location is off, the initial and negotiations is where you really want to hone in on that purchase price.
And let's talk about red flags. Are there any red flags that a buyer should be on the lookout for when going through the home buying process?
So many red flags, but this is where having education and preparation up front with a good buyer agent consultation so that you know all of the different steps of the home buying process, working with a very experienced lender so that that doesn't get derailed, a very experienced inspector so that you really know that the condition of the home is being analyzed properly. Surveyors, just everybody involved in the process should be experienced, and you should be knowledgeable about all those steps so that you can protect yourself as well.
And then, of course, we know in the spring that's when it gets really, really busy, so maybe now is a good time to start looking?
Yeah, absolutely. The fall market is typically a really good time to buy. A very low inventory, but I feel like buyers are being a little slower and a little bit pickier in what they're purchasing. Home values have gone up, interest rates are still kind of high, so people are being a little bit slower on pursuing those homes. So there's some really good opportunities to find houses right now.
We appreciate that she actually did her due diligence to run the numbers and say, whoa, this is just like 60 people per state. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, of course.
We'll post this segment following the show at firstalert4.com/mystlive.
Thank you, ladies. Well